Hello Formula One fans, this is Paddock Headquarters. Thank you for watching. We are entering into the Australian Grand Prix race week. Here at Paddock HQ, we throw up a lot of content, we put up a lot of videos. The first practice session will be on the East Coast, will be 9:30 p.m. East Coast time. And I, of course, put up some content after every practice session, after every qualifying session, and then after the race, we do a big post-race show. Two storylines that I am following this week. Now, all 10 teams have something going on that are worth discussing and talking about. But the two that I'm going to be really paying attention to, and I'll bring them up again next week in the next series of videos, is Mclaren and Ferrari. So, Mclaren, of course, they are at the bottom. They've made some major shakeups this week. They've gotten restructured their team, let Key go. They brought in some people. The whole thing was restructured, and we'll see what happens with McLaren if they can show some improvement. It will most likely take another couple races before they can really do anything because they're just so far behind in every area. But they recognize where they're at, and they're willing to make changes early in the season. So that's the bad news and the good news. The bad news is they are terrible in the beginning of the season. The good news is it's only the beginning of the season. We're only a couple races in. So I want to give McLaren at least 5, 6, 7 races into the season to see if they can fight their way solidly back into the midfield again. So that's where we are with McLaren. I'll be watching them this week. And Ferrari. Ferrari is just a mess. I mean, they seem to have fast cars, but if it's not mechanical, it's strategic, it's driver underperforming. They're across the board. They just have fires that they need to put out. And we will see if they can show some improvement. They're supposed to be a top 3 team. And, you know, unfortunately, to keep up with Red Bull, you have to be on your game in all areas and then even exceed your normal outperforming. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know what to say about Ferrari. I do know this. Whether you love Red Bull or whether you hate Red Bull, they are forcing the other teams to get better. You will either improve or die. And that is really where Red Bull has pushed some of these other teams, like Aston Martin. Aston Martin got quantitatively better over the last season. So we'll see what happens. But Ferrari, they have room for improvement across all areas of performance and teamwork. And they need to show something this week. Even though it is early, they need to show something this week. So let's get a solid performance from the drivers. Let's have no strategic mistakes. Let's have them make the right call. Let's have them do some really good practice sessions and no mechanical failures. So that's what I'm looking for from Ferrari, and I think the Ferrari fans demand the same thing. So thank you for watching. I invite you to subscribe. Stay tuned for more content.